How far is it from here to here? How much does the television set you're watching weigh? And how many years old are you? See, we measure things all the time. That's how we compare one thing to another. Measuring things is how we understand the world. And especially, it's how we understand our place on it. Measuring things allows us to figure out how long it takes to get from one place to another. If we didn't measure things, everything we build would fall right down. The better we measure, the better things fit.
A long time ago, people used to measure things with their own body parts, like feet. But just whose foot was 1 foot? Later, it was the king who declared that his foot, the royal foot, would be the foot that all feet would be fitted against. It was the standardization of the foot, and it was quite a feat.
Humans are about this big, so we've always wanted a unit of measurement about this long. And we want it to be the same for everyone. We want it to be a standard. That's why it's hard to use something like a foot, because not everybody has the same size feet. So what we did is we looked at the Earth, and we divided the distance from the North Pole to the equator in tens, 10 million times. And we got this. It's a meter. We use tens because humans have 10 fingers. Now you can keep going. You can divide a meter by 10 and 10 again, and you get centimeters. There are 100 centimeters in a meter, just like there are 100 cents in a dollar. You can divide it by 1,000, and you get millimeters by 1,000,000, and you get micrometers. It's easy. With a meter, you can measure just about anything. This microphone is about 32 centimeters long.
What?
It's the metric system. It's easy.
What?
I said it's easy.
What?
On this portion of a meter stick, the numbers represent centimeters. This distance here represents 1 centimeter, whereas the distance between these two lines represents 1 millimeter. When measuring the length of this item, we see that it falls between 41 and 42 centimeters. However, we can see that it's closer to 42 centimeters. So measuring this item to the nearest centimeter would result in an answer of 42 centimeters. Measuring to the nearest millimeter requires us to look at the smallest units on our meter stick. We see that it falls closest to the millimeter that's represented by the blue line on the left. Now it's a matter of determining what number is that in millimeters. Since we know that 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters, then 40 centimeters equals 400 millimeters. This spot here represents 400 millimeters. This is 410 millimeters, and this is 420 millimeters. So the length of our object is somewhere between 410 and 420 millimeters. Let's count from 410 millimeters. 411, 412, 413, 414, 415, 416. It looks like the length of our object is closest to 416 millimeters. Another way of viewing the metric prefixes is by looking at the very first letter of each prefix. There is a simple way to remember the order of these letters. The sentence, "King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk," is formed by the first letter of each prefix. And this sentence can be used to help you remember the prefixes in the order they occur. To convert metric units, we can use our metric tool. To convert from larger units to smaller units, we move the decimal point to the right. To convert from smaller units to larger units, we move our decimal point to the left. How far we move the decimal point is determined by the units we're converting to. To convert meters to centimeters, we move our decimal point 2 places to the right. 2 places to the right. So 1.23 meters is 123 centimeters. To convert millimeters to meters, we move our decimal point to the left 1, 2, 3 places. 1, 2, 3 places. So 21,365 millimeters is 21.365 meters.